What is up, everyone? I am your host, the man with the face, the guy who can't win a race. It's me, Jace. And with me, the co-host, the true imposter, taking care of the demographics of our roster, soon to be replaced by Michael Bay. It's the immaculate SJ. Was I reading off a script? Absolutely. And I did it poorly, too, which shows how well I read. I did a good learnings. That's what I did.
Why am I being replaced with Michael Bay?
I don't. It's Transformers related. It's just what I wrote. I had to find out something that was multi-syllable and ends with an A sound, so I can rhyme it with SJ. So you got Michael Bay because it was related to Transformers.
I mean, okay, I'll say.
Anyway, how are you doing?
Better, as you can hear.
You're not dying?
I'll get back to you on that part.
You dodged the vid, is what I heard.
Barely dodged it. Yes.
Like a small
negative results.
Like a small scratch that was not it. Well, that's good to know. That you're feeling better. Because the show is not the same with you out being 100%. Because someone has to make fun of Goku, and it can't just be me.
Hey, Zarek.
First to the chat, Zarek. He was summoned, and now he can go about his day. He can go about his day now. Congratulations on the first comment. Today we are talking about aging stars in the cinematic world, like Godzilla, King Kong, Sylvester Stallone. Old people, and how some of their older films do not stand up to current standards, and that's why remakes are done. And also maybe we chat about some bad movies that just plain suck.
Sure.
17 says, hey.
Hey.
See, I got that nickname right. That's one. Took me forever.
I didn't even know who that was. I was just going to be like, hello, person.
I hope it's 17, because then I really feel stupid.
See, this is why eventually we need to actually have like this whole like co-worker holiday party. So
a
I
master
can
list of just people and associations.
Yeah. Oh, you're that one. And
which Canada? Okay.
There's that one. And what do you do? Oh, okay. And who are you? What do you do? Never mind.
And joining us is the man with a plan who runs the Skinny. He's clean off chronic, but still hooked on phonics. It's Keyblade Sonic.
That was good.
I read that one better.
You did.
Welcome aboard this sinking ship that is this podcast on Wednesday, the Wednesday Power Hour.
Heyo.
How are you doing, Sonic?
Doing well. How about yourselves?
Not choking on water.
Okay, well.
Although I did buy a Pepsi at work today, and it knocked a water out of the machine as well, so I got 2 drinks. I was like, hell yeah.
2 for 1.
Stonks.
There's 100.
Stonks.
Ooh, TJ's watching today. What's up, boy?
TJ the chat. Sup.
Hey, yo.
3 of them. I don't know if you saw Sonic. What we're trying to talk about today is, well, SJ's obsessed with Godzilla, so I figured we'd do something related to that.
You know me. As soon as I get into something, that's all my life is about for at least 6 months.
The next guest she's going to try to get is Godzilla himself or herself. Godzilla's female, right?
No. What's the term?
Well, he's king.
He's a male, but he can.
He's a
according
lizard,
to the 90. Yeah, according to the
babies.
98 movie, he can switch. He can go both ways, so he can lay eggs.
That's
They never actually explained it in the actual Japanese series, because again, there is no female Godzilla, and yet he had a son, and no one talks about where the egg came from. Just all of a sudden, there's an egg.
Which came first, the Godzilla chicken or the egg?
The Godzilla chicken.
If chickens evolve from reptiles, would that just mean like Godzilla's cousin is a chicken in some way?
Sure.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That also that one too. Yes.
The 2000 Godzilla had a lot of kids, like a whole
Right.
stadium full of eggs.
Yes. But again, that's because he could like overall we're just calling him a him. But he had the ability to still like
We'll ask
suffer.
them on the podcast when he comes
Yeah.
on this discuss the CG version of
That's
Godzilla. Or we could get the derpy robot or rubber suit ones from the old ones.
Well, the guy died.
Well, you can get the suit. The suit
The
didn't
suit.
die.
The suit to talk.
It's like a puppet.
Okay.
Find a cosplayer to come on.
All right. Here's the thing I have been thinking about in my head for like the last 48 hours.
Uh-oh.
How long has WWE been a thing?
Almost like over 50, 60 years.
Are you counting all of it together or when it transitions its name to WWE?
Because of
Like-
that's 20 years.
Yeah.
No, I know that part. I mean, like the whole.
Almost over half a century.
So that's what year was that? Or decade? What decade was that?
50 years ago, 1970.
The 50s, 60s.
So it was 70s.
70s.
So you're saying
Sonic,
70s.
it's 2020. We're old.
All right. I was thinking like, yeah, at the very least 80s, maybe 70s. So here's the thing. Go rewatch the Japanese Godzilla movies. Because especially in the 60s, when all of a sudden, for no damn reason, Godzilla is now good. Because it goes straight from like, oh, he's just a force of nature to, yeah, sure. Okay, now he's saving Japan.
He's a baby face.
Yeah, something.
He turned from away from
Heel.
He went from heel to face, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Not just
with
that.
with no
But
explanation.
not just yet. But not just that. In a lot of the movies, a lot of his fight scenes, I'm getting straight up WWE vibes. Like there's been a few of the movies I'm watching him and I'm like, did he just do a tombstone?
Yeah, they probably just watch Japanese. Japanese pro wrestling is a big deal in Japan too.
I know the original Godzilla actor was a judo black belt. That's why Godzilla is technically a judo black belt because he used the same moves when he was fighting other kaiju.
No, that's reasonable. But I'm just watching some of these movies, and some of the movies have him partnered up with. Oh, here's another monster that's actually going to help Godzilla fight the baddie of the week.
Hey, I know you tried to kill me last week, but could you help me out? I'm about to get my ass handed to me. But then later on, that monster that you teamed up to beat is going to be a good guy as well and help you out later.
Right. But not just that. Like, literally, I just watched one of the movies. And he was straight up giving me some, like, Dudley Boys and Hardy Boy vibes. I expected them to pull out a giant table all of a sudden. I expected that. He's making the moves. I'm like, we're about to have a table, ladders, and chairs match. I swear to fucking God, any damn second.
A giant fold-out table comes out of it.
Second. There's going to be a table, and everybody's going to be...
if anything, they could have just used the houses as tables because they're made of wood, and they could have just slammed them to the table to buildings.
I just expected something to be used.
They use the power lines as like ropes to bounce off of.
Yeah.
A tiny Japanese JR is there with a little cowboy hat. My God, these are monsters.
Right.
No, there's the one scene where he just rocket kicks across the thing.
That's the one I saw.
Slides on his tail like it was jet propelled.
He does it twice.
If it worked the first time, why not do it again?
It worked twice.
They probably filmed it twice and then realized, man, you need to pad this fight out a bit more. Play the
and that's what I'm saying. Like that's the one where he's got a helper. It's whatever MacGuffin of the movie. Like, oh, this is the thing that's gonna destroy humanity. Oh no, it's actually good. And here's the thing. It's like I think it's like a toy robot, and apparently it just develops like sentience all on its own. So it knows to like not follow the bad guys, to go find Godzilla, to go ask him for help. And Godzilla understands it.
It's just Clippy. It's like, hey, I see you're trying to save the world. Let me contact Godzilla for you.
Right. And then this is a toy robot. And then it apparently decides on its own to grow 400 feet.
Yes.
And that's why it helps.
Godzilla.
And that's why it helps Godzilla. And he's the one just holding him back. And again, this is where I'm getting the Deadly Boy vibes because I'm like, no. What?
Is it
No.
is it the one where it's like the Sentai Ranger looking dude?
Yeah. Godzilla versus Megalon.
That Megalon.
Megalon is the roach that they're fighting. The Sentai looking thing is the toy robot. His name's Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, that was it, Jet Jaguar, which I think was based off of a show they had in Japan. I don't know the history of Godzilla, but Matt, that's gonna be the new. They're gonna re-up their little contract with whoever it is, and they're gonna next hero, a tiny toy robot turns into a giant robot. It does the rock bottom because it's played by Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, but I did read about that. I read about that in, I think, Comic Book Rain. It sounds like they are in the works of making another MonsterVerse movie. And the director for Godzilla vs. Kong is the one actually thinking about coming back. So here's our first director that's coming back to do a sequel because none of the other... Every single movie up till now has been a different director.
Well, the first Godzilla when they came out was like, I made this great movie. It's about these people that go through their thing, and then a giant thing shows up and ruins their day. But we don't going to show them. We're going to just kind of have them off in the distance.
Yeah, I was talking about that with another friend. I was like, I didn't really like pick up on that at first. It takes me like 1 or 2 C's to actually like understand what's happening.
You know, a modern day trend would be like someone on fantasy TikTok who's just doing the Godzilla trends, like get with the kaiju, get in the background, see how long you can survive.
There you go. And then, but the second and whatever times I watched, I was like, wait, what? You're gonna show us the monsters in the same area, but you're not gonna show us the fight?
No one's there with their cell phone out. You know how stupid
you're gonna show it to
are.
us in clips in the next scene, passing by because we're watching the news. What the hell?
Don't worry, you'll get to see a nice, darkened, shadowed fight at the end of the movie that'll really tie you over till the next movie we make.
Oh, that's another thing. The one I just finished. The fight starts, and it's straight up like Pokemon. Who's that kaiju? And it's at night, and then all of a sudden it's like there's a spotlight comes up, and it's like, oh well, thank God for that spotlight. We wouldn't have known it was fucking Godzilla.
It's Mothra.
Damn it!
It's Rodan seen from up above. It's looking like a ball. Who the fuck is Rodan?
The pterodactyl.
Okay, I don't know.
He actually got him and Mothra each got their own separate movie. I didn't get to see Mothra's movie, but I saw Rodan's movie. And it's funny that it's like, Rodan, just a monster. And then all of a sudden, for no rhyme or reason, they're okay. Once again, first like movie or two, they're like a tour de force. You can't control them, but we got to stop them because they're wreaking havoc everywhere. And then 2 movies later, they're all best friends and they're going to save Japan. Why? What changed the motivation?
Well, they're just going through a phase like teenagers. Like, we just got to go do a little bit of destruction, do a little beanie, maybe get arrested. Oh, shit, they called Godzilla. Fuck. Yeah, let's leave. Fine, we'll be good. They're on parole. That's why they have to show up for the next movie.
Yep.
Good behavior. They pick up trash. Help Godzilla. Typical kaiju parole. Like, I would watch. I haven't watched those old movies in forever. I'd have to watch with someone else because I'm going to make fun of them the entire time. That's what I've been doing. The giant fuzzy moth just gliding slowly through the air. It's like he's just like flies up like Mach 5.
Yep.
Slowly fades off the map. Like, Godzilla didn't even try.
I mean, on the one hand, you got to give him credit for it. It's not really shitty. It's not shitty CGI. And yeah, okay, it's rubber suits, but
Well, back then it wasn't CGI at all. It was forced perspective and
Right.
giant suits and strings.
Yeah.
They've had a pinata moth just fly across the screen.
Which is pretty cool. I can't even find like a little moth thing that I would want to do something like that with.
Yeah, they also sort of doesn't age well too.
That's why I'd have to make fun of the thing. There's no way I'm going to watch this with a yes.
2021
mindset. I see what they're trying to pull off here. It's a dichotomy between natural selection and human civilization. Like this stupid pinata just got blasted the fuck out of it by the Rodan pterodactyl.
The pyrotechnics, though, damn, they
Power Ranger pyrotechnics, explosions in the background, or just straight up hit him with a sparkler.
No, they lit that suit on fire. That motherfucker has been on fire. I have seen it. They actually put him in a ring of fire. They put him in a ring of fire. They put the suit on fire. There's just fire all over the place in like one movie.
Oh, you gotta be careful. He does fire damage now if you do that.
And I'm like, God damn. That's
hurt with burn damage.
Yeah.
They do fight like Pokemon.
They do fight like Pokemon.
Something. It's like you scratch attack, counter with headbutt, tail whip.
Yeah.
Then use hyper beam. Oh, gotta recharge. Can't use that constantly. Unless you're in the new Godzilla versus King Kong where he just spams that shit. It's like playing Ryu in Street Fighter and just spamming the Hadouken.
Or what's the one? Godzilla versus Hedorah, where he develops the ability to fly by like just tucking himself into an egg, and he just like blasts.
Because I'm a rocket man,
and it's like, what? And that's what I've legit been doing. Like, I can't say it. Like, Bailey's nowhere near there. I'm all alone, so I'm legit just watching the movie. And I'm like, Godzilla, what the fuck are you doing? That's
some smart ass. Like, you know what? Godzilla can't fly. And if you stay far enough away, he can't hit you with that little blaster. Oh yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
Come at me, bitch. It's just not only because he can fly by you, that he can hit you with the breath weapon as he does it.
Yeah. And in the same movie later, he's finishing off the monster with like the help of the Japanese military. And of course, something goes wrong. What is it? Oh yeah, they're so big. Like they blew a fuse. And the army commander's like, "You idiots!" And Godzilla looks at him and just like shaking my damn head. I'll do it myself. And just sets off the machine to destroy the monster for sure. And I'm like, wait, what? What?
Godzilla's on their safety committee. He's going to have a word for them. A giant Godzilla in a giant suit. About your performance last week. It was terrible. We're going to have to cut funding or reevaluate in 2 months. All right, who's got an idea for a new Godzilla movie? It's the meme where one gets thrown out the window. It's like, we'll have him fight a new monster from space. Team up with new monsters. How about we be original and come up with a brand new one and him like struggle and lose? No, get out of here. We blew him up with a bomb.
Well, that's what
you're thinking.
Well, that's what King of the Monsters was. He lost-ish.
That's why it was a better one. One you could see it. Then Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah. Godzilla versus Kong, yeah, that was pretty good. Most of those fights were during the day, and at the very least it was in a well-lit. That was like the hilarious thing that was like, okay, I appreciate you doing it in a well-lit city. The problem is you're throwing a fucking giant monkey and a giant lizard around said well-lit city, and the buildings are still lit. Explain.
Well, China has a very good power system. It's rolling blackouts to make sure nothing goes out whenever you need it. And there's hospitals you got to take care of. Also, Godzilla blends in perfectly to all those neon colors because he apparently lights up like a glow stick now. Like, it's easier to see him. No, just blends in. Put some daylight in there.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, King of the Monsters was good. There weren't too many issues with seeing the fight. I was concerned with that like Antarctic scene. And then of course in what was it, Boston? But that worked out pretty good. And that was just like hilarious. I don't understand when directors, when they're having this thing, it's like, okay, here are our characters. There's super darkly dressed characters. And we're going to have them fight in this dark room.
Save on special effects. It's easier to key out something once it's black.
Yeah, it's like a budget thing.
I guess.
Film in dark, hide this creature. It looks god awful.
Right.
We can't render this. It's too big. Like, let's go to the high-tech government facility in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Really? Boston's the city you chose? I guess no one would pay attention to it. I wanted everyone in that facility to have like a Boston accent. That would have been good. But no one had a Boston accent. I feel it was a real waste. Could have thrown in like a Matt Damon cameo or something in there.
Oh.
Your cousin from Boston.
I'm not the guy who jumped into the harbor. That was someone else. Park your car. Whose van is this?
Well, no, because like those were the bad guys, and
bad guys can't have a Boston accent.
Okay, touche. And that's the thing. I couldn't understand like where they were coming from. I expected like most of them to have the British accent since you had what's his name, Charles Dance, be the leader.
They just made him. He did the American accent. Which how come British people have a better American accent than Americans?
Because they have to try at it.
Because they got to run their good accent, do like a couple filters. Like, let's muddy this up.
Yeah.
Let's not pronounce certain things. There we go.
Yep.
Let's
there you go.
Crank up the rudeness. There. Perfect. Nailed the typical Midwesterner.
Yep. My only issue. So my only issue not my only issue. Another issue I have with like
one of many.
A handful.
There's a list.
It's interesting that only one character has been in more than 2 films. Guess which one?
Godzilla.
Yes.
The only returning character. His name is on the front of the movie.
No one else has returned for more than 2 films. Sarazawa, they killed off after 2 films. Graham, they killed off after 2 films.
Hey, they killed off Breaking Bad in like in less than 20 minutes. So
exactly, he's only been in 1. The main character of the first Godzilla film only in 1 movie. Stranger Things, she's only in it twice. Stranger Things' dad, he's only in it twice.
She didn't really do anything in the 3rd movie anyway. Like why? I still say, why are they even in the movie? That could have been done by just anything.
Stop it. And
why do you keep playing with your mic?
I don't know, because I think I'm going to cough. And Kong, technically, there's a character that shows up in King of the Monsters. Granted, of course, it's like 30, 40 years later. So, different actor, but it's the same character.
The skull crawlers show up in about as many movies as any other character other than Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla's the only one that showed up in the most movies.
So you have Stranger Things has been in the same number of movies as the Skull Crawlers, which is
Bobby Brown.
And Kong.
Stranger Things. What is her number? She's like number. Is she 11? Yeah.
Yeah.
11 I was saying 9.
Like, I just say Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
I should say her name. But what else? But yeah, I don't know. And there were just other characters in King of the Monsters, like the bad guys there. Like I thought they were going to be in Godzilla versus Kong. Nah.
They didn't put Monarch really in there. They mentioned them and they were like, let's make another organization.
Meh. And it's like, wait,
Apex.
What? Meh?
Apex Legends. Collector's Edition.
Apex Legends.
Be right back.
Apex Predator.
So Sonic.
Yes.
What have you seen any of the older Godzilla movies, like the old?
I've seen a couple of
shitty
them.
Versions.
That's a lot of fish. I don't know. That reference always makes me laugh. That scene.
The classic Godzilla movie back in 1999.
No, it's just that scene is just really funny. How it's like it's those moments in movies where you see something that's like the most awkward thing. It's so bad, it's funny.
That's a lot of fish.
And he just
made the repeat for it.
Yeah, and it's like it's really weird. No, I've seen older ones too. I've also seen Shin Godzilla, that one that came out a few years ago. I don't know. I thought that one was okay.
That one
But-
wasn't really a Godzilla movie, though. I think wasn't it? It was like it was because it wasn't Godzilla. It was a mutated thing that quickly evolved into something that kind of generally looks like Godzilla.
Mhm.
And then it just dies or it gets exploded. They shoot missiles at it. Spoiler:
Yeah.
if you haven't seen that movie, that it loses.
Then again, it's been 5 years, so
If you haven't seen it, Endgame is like 2 years old now.
yeah, Avengers
Nuts.
Endgame.
Came
Yeah,
out 2 years ago. Feels like it
Infinity-
was last year.
Infinity War was 3 years ago.
Oh God, old people.
Yeah,
The
we're so old.
70s were 50 years ago.
Jeez, imagine if Endgame came out during the pandemic.
Just constantly watching that. I mean, I'm sure people watched a lot of it during the pandemic just because.
No,
they
I know,
didn't
but
see it
imagine it actually came out in theaters during the pandemic, and then they had to like stream it, and they're like, wow.
We made no money on that shit. Fuck, they would have done the Black Widow treatment. It's like, nope, you don't get to see it. You
Let's
have
pay
to wait
$35
$80
on Disney Plus.
to see it
Probably,
on your shitty 42-inch screen that you haven't cleaned in forever. I'm not calling myself out. Just looking at my screen right now. Probably clean the dusty corners.
Actually, now I think about it, I don't know if we did talk about this during our reviews of Godzilla vs. Kong. Of the 3 movies that we got from the modern MonsterVerse, how would you rank the? Actually, you know what? I'll let Kong Skull Island on this. How would you rank all 4 of them, from like weakest to strongest?
I would put King of the Monsters at the top because I like that one. I like Ghidorah, so it's like a favoritism. Even though you could see more in the new one, it's very fighty oriented.
Yeah,
I'd put that one, King of the Monsters, still. Then I didn't like the Kong Skull Island movie, but it was still. I would put it
second below that one.
I'd say the weakest was the original, the 2014 one.
Oh, really? You don't like
Just- Just because it had too much people that I didn't care about. And the fact that they were setting nuclear bombs off within like a mile or less of a city is like, we're fine. Like, that's unrealistic. They're just carrying around all this radiation. Like, they're all dead or they'll
Yeah.
be dead within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I can handle all the other shit. The fact that you got nukes going off constantly and they're just not worried about it. Like, that's, and you didn't see the monsters. What I want in a kaiju movie is kaijus.
Mhm.
Pacific Rim.
Hell yeah. Wasn't in the Pacific Rim their blood was toxic or something?
Think
I don't
so.
remember.
I
It's
wanna
been a while
remember.
since I've seen the Pacific Rim.
I only watched the highlights of it.
But I found out that they actually put a like Godzilla monster skull thing in there. Not Godzilla's, but a monster that Godzilla fought. They put like his skull in there somewhere. I was like, that's cool.
If there's
didn't
no
know.
soft tissue, how do you know?
I'll have to go find out why I know that thing. But anyway, supposedly that. Well, no, like because I was So I was looking up like all of the kaiju films because I was like, how does it work? And I thought,
How does it work? She's gonna solve it. Just to figure out how we could
well,
take care of kaijus.
yeah. Well, no, like I was trying to be like, okay, so besides Godzilla and besides Kong and the monsters in like the Godzilla verse, like what else is there? And it includes stuff like Gamera, Ultraman, whatever, and it goes like all the way down. And it turns out, it includes like Pacific Rim and stuff. So that's why it said one of those kaiju things was in that. And it's like, okay, somebody has way too much time on their hands to throw that Easter egg in, but okay.
I've memorized the skeletal structure of all Godzilla's enemies. That is the skull of Mothra.
Yeah.
No, Mothra's an insect. You wouldn't have a skeleton.
Mothra is the
You'd
next
have-
I wouldn't.
You'd have an exoskeleton. That'd be pretty easy to point out then if it's just a Mothra
It
head.
wasn't Mothra.
Like a giant beach ball.
It wasn't Mothra. Leave her alone. But yeah, no. Apparently, there's like this huge line of kaiju films that don't actually relate to Godzilla in any way, shape, or form.
I know Gamera is one of the most popular ones, but has never had a crossover with Godzilla.
Yes. Which seems like you're missing out on wasted opportunity right there.
I think it's because another company owns them, and they refuse. Because Godzilla would outshine Gamera.
Probably.
He's been in more movies. I will definitively say Godzilla has been in more movies than Gamera.
Well, yeah, I guess I haven't actually looked at Gamera. I have 11 of Gamera's films. And I know Godzilla has 32 from Japan.
Sounds like a lot.
32 from Japan, the one in the 90s, and then the 3. So 36 in all. Just films. I don't know if Gamera has any more besides the 11 I have.
We could look it up. I really don't want to.
I'll
just spout fake facts.
I will fact check. I will fact check because I am that kind of person. And why the hey not?
I know there was a movie came out from South Korea, Dragon Wars, back in 2006, 2007, 2008. I got it on DVD, so I thought it looked cool. And it's like, oh, cool, this is awesome. And I watched it like, isn't that good? Isn't that good? The snakes, they're not dragons, they're just giant snakes.
Yep.
Are okay.
Yep.
But that's the same issue. Like Godzilla would just, in fact, you see monsters in Godzilla versus Kong that are better than those snakes because they have those floaty thingies. So you have one movie you don't have then. You have 11.
I'll have to relook and
Must
see
find
what
the missing tome.
I know. That's weird. How? That makes no sense. Oh well, I'll figure it out.
How many King Kong movies have they been? Because I know they had the old
Probably
black and white.
Of them.
Give me a minute.
Old black and white. I'm thinking maybe one more in there. I don't. Godzilla, King Kong versus Godzilla was one where he shams a tree down his throat.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they kind of did an homage to that in Godzilla vs. Kong.
Just
with the axe.
Eat this. And then there was the remake of Kong.
There's technically been a remake of Kong like twice. Where the hell is it?
Well, there's been, because there was Kong Skull Island and there was Kong back in 2010.
No, 2005.
I don't know when the stupid thing came out. Nope, I'm old.
It's 2005, I'm telling you, because I actually saw that in theaters and I liked it. Okay, hold on. 2, 4,
Monkey.
6, 8, 10. Wait, shit. 2, 8, 10, 12, including Godzilla versus Kong.
So it's finally tied with Gamera.
Godzilla is still the king.
Put their movies together, you still got more for Godzilla.
Yeah, true. But yeah, back to back, it was King Kong and then Son of Kong. Literally back to back. It was the same year.
Diddy Kong. It was a go-kart video.
Yeah.
Where he's got to win the race for his father to honor his family.
And then not even 30 years later was King Kong versus Godzilla. And then all this stuff. I saw the King Kong from the 70s. That was interesting.
I don't.
It had.
All I remember is the black and white one.
I think it had Jeff Bridges in it and
And which one?
The one from the 70s. No, wait. Yeah, Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange in her first movie.
Wow.
Jeff Bridges, the iconic actor, known for such roles as the Dude.
Yeah, and also from Iron Man. Remember he was.
Yeah.
Where he was. I have a theory about that because they make the Lebowski reference in the Endgame movie when, like, Jeff Bridges is Obadiah Stane.
Yeah.
So it's the same person. My theory is that Obadiah Stane kept getting mocked by Tony, so he shaved his head. So he never has long hair because He keeps calling him Lebowski. He's like, you look just like that Jeff Bridges guy. Damn it, Tony. I'm gonna shave my head. Now you can't say anything. And then he became evil.
Yep. And then, the 2005 one with Jack Black. That was interesting.
That was a creepy one. That one's more creepy than the Kong Skull Island one, because that one had the pit of just tons of insects.
Well, no, yeah. See that one. Somebody else mentioned it in on the tracker app, and I sometimes read some of the comments, and they were like, Kong Skull Island was missing the whole like Beauty and the Beast story that the other Godzilla or the other King Kong movies have had.
You mean the Peter Jackson one?
The Peter Jackson one,
The original had it
and
too.
the 70s one. And I think, the original one would have had it too. The whole point is like Kong meets the lead female actress, and they become friends. And then the problem is the rest of the world sees Kong as this monster, which I mean by definition. But that's like the one thing like Skull Island was missing. So they tried to do it with Brie Larson's character, but it's like it doesn't totally hit the same way because they didn't have the time to like form that bond like the other movies have done with their Kong and lead female peoples.
Like, hey, there's a kid here. She's deaf.
That's about as close as
they're cool.
That's about as close as we're gonna get. And
there's probably a tie-in comic or something that explains the stupid shit that we're not going to read.
Possible. Well, I will maybe one day. But I mean, I get what they were trying to do.
I look forward to the next couple of months as we watch your room slowly transform into Godzilla theme in the background.
Transformers who?
It's like, I need room for this giant Godzilla. Sweep all the TMNT stuff off the top of there. Perfect. Good.
There you go. Something or other. I don't know. But I feel like what they were trying to do with this Kong was just basically, this is my home. You came barging in to my house, thought you could trash my living room, and you think I'm just going to let you sit there and do that kind of shit? Nah, what the fuck?
I'm about to wreck your world.
But he still sees like, okay, you guys were a problem. You seem to understand the error of your ways. You get a pass. Because that's
logic.
They're no longer a threat either. It's like, okay.
Well, not just that, because you can see him, because you can see a Kong debate between trying to go after some of these people. You can clearly tell the difference between like Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's group versus like the military guys, because they're coming at him, threateningly, and they're like, whoa, that wasn't us. But it was also because Brie Larson's character was trying to help the cow that was under the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, she was the only one out there helping it, and it's a helicopter, so she couldn't really do too much. But
she could if she was Captain Marvel.
If she was Captain Marvel, she would have been fine, but she wasn't at that time. So
off screen, she lifts up the helicopter, and then Samuel L. Jackson sees it. It's like, I have an idea. I'll see you in a movie taking place in about the same time period as this movie.
There's a motherfucker right there.
It's a weird combination because Samuel L. Jackson and Brie Larson in the same movie. It takes place around the same time. So, one, they're both superhero. One's a superhero. One's Samuel L. Jackson. The other one's the military person. So it's very interesting, the fact that the time period takes place around the same area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Captain Marvel took place
in
the mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to recruit you. I thought this was good for the military, but you just disappeared for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And came back like a Super Saiyan. Then you left again, you jerk. The hell were you? I had a pager. I forgot how to use those damn things.
I still feel like I blink every time I see the credits and Miyavi's name comes up, and I'm like, where the fuck was Miyavi? They only had him in the first 5 minutes of the film. It's not even 5 minutes of the film. It's however long that teeny little intro is, and then you never see him again. And I'm like, that is an absolute waste of a Miyavi right there. What the hell?
So have you got your Godzilla fun out? We gave you that opportunity until you discover Gamera and you watch all that through and compare them.
I already did.
Oh God, you've seen them all.
I have to maybe rewatch Gamera now.
Gamera.
But even that one, that was almost automatically like, okay, you have the first introductory movie, and again, force of nature. Can't do anything about it, but we do need to try to stop him. And then literally all the rest of the films, he's the savior of children.
The giant turtle.
It's like,
pretty sure all those buildings weren't evacuated. Just saying, probably some kids were in there. Collateral damage, dude.
Where are you getting the savior of children from?
He protected that kid that one time.
He did. Godzilla did too, I guess. But still, it's just amazing how, for no rhyme or reason, this is a hurricane. This is essentially a hurricane as a physical sentient being.
It's a hurricane you can shoot.
Technically, yes.
Don't do anything, but you can do it. It'll make you feel better. It's like shooting a tornado. Yeah. Get off my property. And it turns. Like, oh shit, it's coming for me. I've taunted Mother Nature. This is how they got Gamera. I know it. Honey, get in the truck. I pissed off Mother Nature again. Shut up, woman.
Oh my god. I love it. But yeah.
I like the how it should have ended YouTube series where they went over the Godzilla movie and how he devastated the entire city. He's like, he's a hero. He saved us. And Superman's watching it on news like, this is bullshit. And he flies there. So he levels an entire city, killing thousands of people. It's okay. He's a hero. He's a giant lizard. But if I do it, trying to save y'all lives, suddenly there's an issue. Fine, forget this. I'm leaving. I'm going to go start a movie series or something. Then Godzilla goes into the water.
Yeah. But
no one survived that Kong versus Godzilla fight. Everyone in that sea is dead. I'd say that for sure. They decimated the entire city. They were rolling around through buildings.
I mean, yeah, they didn't. They evacuated some people.
Remember, Godzilla's breath is an atomic breath weapon. It shoots radiation. It's blasting around. That doesn't dissipate. That's going to take years for that to go away.
True. And yet they keep saying that every time the monsters just traipse around, good things happen. Everything regrows and stuff. That's why King of the Monsters was a thing. We're going to release all the monsters because the radiation they emit just the walking around will revive the planet. And it's like,
they're walking.
Is that how that works?
It's not bad cholesterol. It's good cholesterol.
Is that how that works?
That's exactly how it works. Radiation's good for you. Small doses. It's like vitamin D for the planet.
Yeah.
Vitamin plutonium.
I was going to say,
they absorb the radiation, so maybe when he shoots it, he absorbs it, walks through it. But there's got to be some pockets of just unlivable area. And when you have that, you got to evacuate an entire city.
Right.
And seeing a nuke just outside of San Francisco.
That city in Justice League that Steppenwolf set up shop.
Oh yeah, because in the Snyder cut, there's no one living there.
Yeah.
In the Whedon cut, that's just an impoverished city that guy took over.
Yeah, that was silly. I like that he picked an actual Chernobyl area. It was good. I like it.
Yes. Thick walls. I like it. It's got room to grow. We got a nice garden we can put over here. Mother box turns on.
Just bring out the radioactive lizard.
Oh shit! Second he starts activating the mother box, Godzilla shows up. Fuck! How do we forget about the
Yes.
giant lizard? We knew about Superman. It's canon. They're in the same world.
King Kong is and Superman is canon.
What?
Where is it? I just saw it. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Superman versus Kong. It's like
The
a
D-
one-sided fight.
Let's see.
I know Godzilla was in one of the.
Oh.
Was he in DC or Marvel?
Fibs. I fibbed.
Liar.
I fibbed. They based Titano the Super Ape after King Kong because he's fighting Superman while climbing the Daily Planet building similar to King Kong.
DC's got a lot of big apes though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of.
Did y'all catch that a little bit in Justice League when Bruce is talking to Barry? I'm fluent in sign language, gorilla sign language, and I was like, "Is that a nod to Grodd?"
He is a villain of him, so I didn't catch the connection, but yeah, clever.
That's really clever. It's very clever.
How can someone with super speed not keep a job or get a job?
He got 4.
Yeah, but he's late to everything. Why can't just get like to afford law school?
I don't know.
This is about Justice League.
Yeah,
Or just like-
I'm thinking about it. It's like, so he's gonna work as a entry level at a crime lab,
yeah.
so he can make money to go to college. But that's also full time to be a law student. So
Right.
he's not gonna have time for that shit. He's bad at planning his time anyway. I'm waiting. I want the Flash movie.
But I
I
was
want
gonna
them to find
say,
Maker.
yeah, same, me too. But I was gonna say, like, is it kind of like, because like where I work, they give you, like, they help you with like paying your tuition and stuff if you want to go back to school for stuff. So is it kind of like that? Now that he's got his foot in the door, he can actually apply for the forensic school.
When he had to reveal his identity, though.
Well, he's now that he works for the forensic lab, it's so he could afford to go to law school. That was the whole
What's
thing.
the law school?
Yeah, he needs to become a defense attorney so he can get his dad out of jail.
Oh, I thought he was trying to become a CSI.
Well, that's just where he's working. So, but he needed a steady job. He needed a job, not a regular job, so he could get the money for it.
Gotcha.
But if you know anything about like business, like they'll pay for you to go to school. They'll help you pay for that, and a forensic lab will probably do the same thing. They're like, oh, we'll be real flexible until we need you to skip out on that class to finish this report because it's an important thing, and you don't do it, and then we fire you.
Well, no, there's that. Yeah,
the dark side of business, and then Bruce Wayne just
Right.
buys that like department, and like it's problem solved.
That is
Yeah.
probably what he would do.
Bruce like, why don't I just pay for you to go to college? I can do that. I bought a
I don't know
bank.
why he doesn't just do that.
I bought a bank to get my friend's house back because I don't know how.
Could have just bought the house.
Could have did that or bought the bank. It was probably a good investment though. Very small town. Whoever owns the bank owns the town. Like the
course,
superhero text thread on like Facebook, you see it where like they're texting each other.
Yeah,
And Clark asks for a Netflix account, so Bruce buys Netflix
yeah.
because he doesn't understand. Like, you just wanted an account? Like, yeah, you just buy Netflix. I might have bought Netflix. I've been
Kinda
borrowing
neat.
Lois's account.
Kind of overdid it.
Shit.
He probably would have. He
I don't
probably would
wanna-
overdo it.
I don't
Like,
want
I
to
get-
deal with like work. I was by the bank.
Barry's line is the best line. What is your superpower again?
I'm rich.
I'm rich. Gotcha.
Rich.
I'm rich, and I'm also a ninja. I've
That's
killed a
ninja.
lot of people. You thought Superman killed a lot of people. You used to see my list.
Yeah.
I got a teenager murdered. That was my fault. I should have taken a left on third, but I had to stop and pick up coffee, and the Joker killed him.
Damn.
Oops. My bad.
Damn.
It's like a bunch of people voted in to make sure I wasn't there in time to save him.
Mm-mm. Shit.
I want I hope they continue the Snyderverse just so we could get like that version and we can get like the dark universe. But they probably won't. They'll reboot it over and over again. We'll never have another Marvel. No,
Yeah,
no one has that kind of patience.
Yeah, they also kind of dropped the ball on it. It's like they went from, it's because like they went Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. It's like going from Iron Man to Civil War to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Like that really didn't make any sense.
Who are all of these? Imagine if Marvel did that. They went Iron Man and then straight into Civil War. You're like, the fuck are all these people?
Yeah.
Why is there a robot? Where'd this happen? This is Vision. We don't have time to tell you.
And how did Spider-Man get here? Is that Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, and around the time period it happened, like that would have been fresh off of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, like within a year, possibly.
It was. So I saw that and I was like, wait.
Tom Holland would have been like 12. It's a child.
Yep.
All right, and then at the end credits don't change for any of the movies. That would be the best part. The end of Iron Man, you got the end credit for the Avengers Initiative. Like, why is Samuel L. Jackson here? Okay, cool. Got an eye patch. And like, I'll do it. He does that. Is that when he does the "I'll do it myself" part?
No, that was from Age of Ultron.
Oh,
The end credit.
Yeah,
the end credit from Civil War was where Bucky gets frozen at Wakanda.
And no, Cap infiltrated.
No, that was
infiltrate.
No, that was the ending. That was just the ending of the movie.
Fucking.
Then, it was basically Bucky getting frozen, and then the second one was Peter getting, the suit for Spider-Man, basically keeping it.
So they'll do the end of the Civil War one where it's. Fuck, I forgot what you said it was. My memory's bad. It was 3 seconds ago. We'll do that one, and then it immediately jumps into Endgame. Like,
what?
Who the fuck is Grimace, and why is he here?
Why is Andy from Parks and Recreation doing with a gun?
Yeah, like they skip all the other characters. Like, they got Sherlock here from the BBC. That's cool. Okay. Oh, he's a wizard. I get it. Oh.
See? Yeah, to all the people watching, you see how dumb that sounds? But guess what? That actually did happen. It was called the Snyderverse.
Someone's like,
DC Extended Universe.
I've got an idea. Let's cut out all these middle films. The ones that also make money and help build the thing. Let's just rush it. People don't want those middle parts. They want the end one.
Yeah.
No, we want all the movies.
Need to see that's why I was like,
it's like a burger. You only get just
that's why I was like, when is this happening? Because when you throw in Wonder Woman's movie and Aquaman, it doesn't make sense because.
But they did that for Captain America. He was in the past. Yeah, they had already had like 7 other movies before that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2.
So that one was
like
allowed.
2 or 3. Yeah, but.
So that one was allowed. Also, that one was in the 40s. Everything else is like, kind of the same year.
Was Wonder Woman also in the 40s?
No.
World War One, right?
Yeah. So 1918.
So 20s. 18, yeah.
Yeah. Like late teens, early 20s.
We'll do you one better. We're going to put it in World War One. Because you already took care of World War II. We can't do that one.
There you go. Whatever. But yeah. And then just, again, little notes I remember from the movie. I was like, wait. You weren't abandoned on your dad's doorstep. You were raised there by both your parents, and then your mom left to save your life.
Oh, you're talking about Aquaman. Okay.
Yeah. And it just didn't sound, and also, again, it sounded like they hadn't found her again Like he hadn't gone on his whole quest thing, so like he didn't know she was still alive.
Sounds like their kingdom has conflicting stories of what happened, and it's just like
Yeah.
propaganda about what actually did. She left for a little bit, then just went back and lived with them
Right.
for a while. She was on vacation for her migraines and just lived with another person. Mommy and
Yeah.
Daddy are having some issues, and she's gonna go live with your uncle.
Yeah. Well, and again, Mara's whole backstory was like
Completely
bizarrely
redone.
switched. Yeah. It's like, what do you mean you're an orphan? Your dad was right there in the movie. You
Well,
talk to him very frequently.
Well, I hate him, but he doesn't know that. You're not my real dad.
That doesn't Thanos snap him into it out of existence. That's not how that works.
That happened in the movie they didn't make.
There you go.
I remember the first time I saw in the Marvel movies that the end scene from Iron Man, cool. It's like Nick Fury, awesome. Next movie was Hulk, which was not great. But it was better than
It was better than the other one.
Better than the Sulk movie, which is sad Hulk.
Yes.
It was better. And then
Yeah,
they did
Tony in it.
and then they finally had the end credit to that one. It's like, wait a second, these are connected? Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Yeah.
And then like that kicked off the entire thing.
Mhm.
DC's like, nah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
That's effort and like thinking. We don't want any of that. Bring in Zack Snyder. We're gonna get A to Z and skip all these other letters. Just pick one. Pick one letter. We'll pick that one. K. We'll do K for Krypton. This is all about Superman.
Right. And then we'll throw in the others later, maybe. And it's like,
Those were thought like afterwards. Like we could do these other movies. Like I don't know. That seems like we'd have to add some more letters to this stream.
like,
Like
yeah,
Shazam.
that's kind of how that works. Can't wait to see if they ever plan to do an actual another Justice League movie with all of this going on, or is it just going to be individual movies, not actually going anywhere?
They're gonna do individual. I think they'll do individual movies, constantly rebooting their thing, and then it's like, okay, crossover. All these movies are connected. You just didn't notice it, and they'll just make some dumb. They'll just rewrite their own history. It's like he actually said this in this scene. Like, no, we can watch the movie. They said something different. These two have never met.
Yeah.
What? Cyborg's red eye is on his right and not his left now. That doesn't make any sense. It's a creative difference. It's wrong, is what it is. Release the naked cut. Anyway, we are about an hour in to the Wednesday Power Hour. We let SJ rant on about her new growing obsession with Godzilla. We look forward to seeing the decorations in her office change to just lizard Godzilla stuff and giant kaiju. You're going to just get one of those giant pop fold out stands, like a cardboard cutout of Godzilla. You just have that in the background.
No, why would I get a cardboard cutout? Bailey's just going to scratch the hell out of it. She loves cardboard. If I bring anything cardboard into the house, that's all she does.
You're going to get a real Godzilla. You're going to get you'll get a lizard. You get an iguana. You're going to name it Godzilla 2 Electric Boogaloo. And it'll be in the background, and then you'll have. There's no cat monster kaiju, so you can't rename
There was
Bailey.
a book called Cat Kong. I remember reading that in first grade.
Clifford is the best kaiju, hands down.
No.
As he is. All right, that's about it for today. I do believe we have tentatively planned a special podcast tomorrow covering a very sensitive topic that we will at least post about, hopefully, if we can confirm. We're still working on the official stuff. If Goku were here, he'd be able to fill out what he was thinking, but he's not, so we'll hopefully post about it. And then we also have our Friday Night Delight coming up, which we don't have a topic for yet. And I don't know what the plan is next week.
All right, so it's a wait and see. So just keep an eye out. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, turn on the notifications because tomorrow we will be dropping one. We'll remind people tomorrow as well, as this is actually a really sensitive topic. In fact, this is like the best way I can describe it is just
Trigger warning.
yeah, it's gonna get ugly. Best way I can describe it.
It'll be a very hot topic. Also, we have the Resident Evil giveaway still going on. The final day is Friday. If you haven't, check our Facebook page for the information on there. It's really easy. Just follow the instructions. Win a free game. It's not hard.
Yeah.
If there's no takers, we'll move on to the next giveaway, and we'll start posting about that one as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Jace along with the Immaculate SJ and the talkative Sonic, and Geeks 5 Ever Power Hour is finally over. Peace and deuces.
All right. Bye.
Bye.